It seems that the giants are bigger and scarier and far more plentiful than we might have first thought. Well, hi everybody. This is Roger in Kansas City, and this is a photo of the general area we'll be looking at today. I'm not going to show the exact area or disclose the exact area at this time, not because I'm a jerk, but because in the past I have encountered the pictures I'm looking at or the satellite photos I'm using have at a later time been scrubbed out and or deleted. So hopefully by not disclosing the exact area, whoever does this scrubbing won't scrub it out. But then again, they might know just by looking at the pictures where it is anyway. So this is a try, and I hope they're listening, and I'm sure they are. I'm not showing where it is, so there. And if you do scrub it out, I'm going to show everybody where it is anyway. So there. Okay, moving on. I was looking at some forested areas in this mountainous region, and I was just browsing around, and a few things caught my eye, but you can see this treed area I was looking at. Well, let me start expanding the area so you can get a little bit closer look. And the things that I thought were trees, they're not trees. And I know this is a little blurry, so bear with me. There'll be better pictures. But as you can see, they're not trees. These are humanoid figures, and the thing that caught my eye is that this guy in the middle, leg, here's his arm, another arm, and head. Here we have this big guy back here also, and then you start to see these other shapes and forms. You see this see the guy there that looks like got an ant head. Okay, so that's where we are at the moment. Let's go to the next picture. So the things that we were just looking at that look like trees, per Google measurements, they're between 50 to 60 feet tall. So we're looking at individuals here who are in the 50 to 60 foot range. But if you look, this is a tall person here, and you can plainly see that's a humanoid of some sort. And but there's also shorter giants out there, probably in the 20 to 30 foot range, and we'll see later on, maybe in another video, the little guys are in the 18 to 20 foot range. One interesting fact that I'd like to point out is they have clothing. So there's that. And I'm honestly still a little freaked out over this. I found it about a little over a week ago, and I've been working on this. So let's go to the next picture. This next picture I just thought it was interesting, and all of these are in the same area at the moment. But you can see what appears we have a giant kissing his girlfriend right here, and I just thought that was interesting. We have these other tall figures here and here. I know I'm not showing much to determine the size on this, but if I do, I risk losing access to this area in the future, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. Let's go to the next picture. This next photo, we have these giants. One appears to be in a seated position talking to this giant right here. We have smaller giants standing off here to the left. Some are larger than others. A smaller individual here. Is that a baby sitting on its mom's lap? Is that dad right there? Well, another thing is some giants have a very human look, and other ones have a very, well, not human, not alien, but more of a monster type of look. And I hope I'm not insulting these people. I'm sure they're very attractive to others of their type, but they're kind of scary looking. So I think this is a decent picture. Mind you, I'm dragging these photos out of the dark, and they're satellite photos. Next picture. This is very interesting. It looks like a bunch of arms up in the air at first, but it is not. These are individuals all standing throughout. Here's a big scary guy. And what I first thought was his arm, well, these are headdresses. And you see this guy here? He's wearing like this big hat. They're all wearing these big, well, they're not hats, they're attachments of some sort. Like this guy here, he's got this big ornate thing on his head. It is what it is. I don't know what, I'm really trying to figure out how to present this, but I'm presenting it nonetheless. And there they are. And these characters here, the biggest one here is probably in the 60-foot range, and you can kind of determine how tall everyone else is after that. Next picture. Some of the photos are very grainy, and again, they're blurry, so you need to, I would suggest that you stop the video while it's playing, so you can let your eyes adjust to the photograph. But I put this here because you can plainly see individual figures in the photo. We see a large figure here, and this Moses-looking guy. He's got like this white hair and beard, and he's got his hand up here, and he's holding up something in his hand. And it's very typical. There's always a lot going on with these individuals. Come to find out. Let's go to the next picture. There's a little more daylight in this photo. Something that is kind of pronounced in the lighter pictures or daylight pictures is there's a very white and red coloration to these individuals. We have this guy in the center. We have this lady over here. We have some big guys in the background, and more people throughout. It's very interesting. I thought this was a very interesting photo. This is some of the guys I've opened it with. I'm pretty sure they're going to be on the thumbnail. There are bigger. The bigger they are, the scarier they are normally. Some look kind of normal, but this is typically, you get this kind of zombie monster guy looking thing. And are they grabbing this person, and is that person screaming, or are they having a good time in their giant mosh pit? I do not know. But again, we have people in the background, and there you are. That is interesting. Those are giants. Next picture. I remarked earlier that some look more human and less monster-like. Well, this is one of them, if you want to call that more human. And you can kind of make this out, but this is a guy. There's his forehead, there's his eyes. He kind of has this receding hairline, looks like a mustache, but then you get these odd creatures all around. More odd figures in the back. Next picture. I zoomed out in this area just a little bit, in the area that looked like trees, and I saw what appears to be a large statue. And I did a measurement on this, and from this base that you can see the statue sitting on to the top of his head, it's about 178 feet. Let's go to a close-up of that. This close-up came out pretty good. Obviously it's a man. He looks kind of like a king. That might be a crown on his head. He definitely has a beard and mustache and is wearing this clothing. And let's go to the next picture. This next photo is extremely interesting. This is nearby where the giants are located. We can see some larger figures back here, but that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these, what appear to be ships, off to the right center of the page here. Make it a little bit bigger. But as you can see, that looks like something a person or humans or humanoids could fly in. And I want to show you a couple more. This is a good example of how they can camouflage their vessels. I think they do have a camel pattern on them, but they also have a very organic shape to them, and they can blend in, especially to mountainous, rocky areas. And I'm going to leave off with a good one for last. This is the last photo for this video, and as you can see, we have this what appears to be a very long vessel of some sort. I think it's a spaceship. That's exactly what I think it is. According to Google Earth, the length of this is 400 feet long. So that's pretty long. And believe me, there are longer ships out there that I have run into in this area. There's a smaller vessel here. So I'm going to leave off for now. I would like to say there's so much, it's overwhelming, because I keep thinking, well, that's got to be it. The region we're looking at is a home base. I personally think Antarctica is the main place because you can't see anything there, and they got it all just scrubbed out. But I don't think they thought anybody would look where I'm looking, and or there are people who don't know this is there as well. This is there. Okay, sock it to me on the comments. I hope you like the video. There's a ton more out there to look at, and I've only touched on the ships. That'll be the next video. Thanks for watching. This is Roger in Kansas City, and hopefully I'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.